Hi, I'm Susan Stewart, and I'm showing how to do heirloom sewing techniques. Right now, I'm going to show you how to make the easiest seam finish ever. This is a tiny rolled seam, and it's suitable for lightweight fabrics, really only straight grain seams, like the side seams of a gathered skirt. But wow, it's really easy to do and makes a beautiful tiny seam. It works best on lengthwise grain. It will work on cross grain, but not as well. Not so good for bias or curved seams. I have 2 pieces of fabric stitched right sides together. You can see my seam here. I'm going to trim this seam to just a bit over 1/8 of an inch. And then I'm going to set my machine for a zigzag. And I'll use a wide zigzag of a stitch width of about 4, 4.5, 5, and a stitch length of 1. And then I'm also going to tighten the needle tension just a little bit. I'm using fine cotton thread for this so that I don't get a buildup of thread. And I'm going to sew so that one swing of my needle goes just about to the stitching line there, and the other swing of the needle goes off the edge of the fabric. If you've stitched entrecôte to fabric or lace to fabric, this is the same thing. Now you can see how, right up here, the edge of the fabric is curling into towards the seam. That's exactly what you want. We're taking advantage of tunneling. We don't want the fabric to lie flat for this. We want it to curl up right next to the stitching line off the edge of the fabric. And look at that pretty little rolled seam. It is just as pretty, on the other side. There you go. And when you press it open, it's just a really little hairline seam that is almost not visible. If I can get this open here. There. You can see what a tiny narrow seam from the right side that is. And from the wrong side as well. A very neat, tidy finished seam. It's a lot easier than a French seam too for straight grain. Hope you enjoyed it. See lots more heirloom sewing classes, techniques in my Craftsy classes, heirloom sewing essential techniques, and my new class, which will be available in a couple of days, heirloom sewing more classic techniques. Thanks.